What's up, everyone? Let's talk now about the trigonometric functions. Now, I'm pretty sure that some of you might be familiar with this already. So let's join and have this review na lang no, for you guys. So let's start. Let's take a look at the three basic trigonometric functions, which are sine, cosine, and tangent. Now, or they are abbreviated using the three letters, which is sine or sin, cos, and tan. Now, let's take a look at an angle alpha in standard position whose terminal side contains the point x and y. Remember that the representation of angles can be theta, alpha, beta, omega, and etc. Okay, so this is the point x, y again, and we also have r, no? Which is the distance from the origin to the point x and y. So, as you can see here, ito po yung r. R can be found using the distance formula. That is equal to the x squared plus y squared. So we have the three basic trigonometric functions, which are defined as sine A or sine alpha is equal to y over r, cos alpha is equal to x over r, and tan alpha is equal to y over x. So there are three more trigonometric functions. They are called the reciprocal functions because they are reciprocals of the first three functions. Reciprocal po is yung kabaliktaran, no? For example, what is the reciprocal of x? That's 1 over x. So flip over, no? Flip the fraction over. So for example, for sine A, magiging y instead of y over r, magiging r over y siya. And that is now the cosecant. So the reciprocal of sine A is cosecant A. We have cos A as secant A. And we have tan A as cotangent A. Alright? So like the first three trigonometric functions, these are referred to by the first three letters except for cosecant, since its first three letters are the same as for cosine. So, cosecant po siya, no? Do not call it cos because nakos-cos. So, do not call it cos because pag you call it cos, then it can also be like this. Okay? Yes, so it's called CSC, no? Not cos. So, cosecant is CSC, secant is sec, and cotangent is cot. Best way to remember this is learn which is the reciprocal of which and flip them over. So for me, to remember the reciprocal of sine, that's ang ginagawa ko lang is sine is cosecant. Murag gina-memorize na ako, si cos is secant. So, ginadugtong lang nako siya ba, cos secant. Then, so kabaliktaran sa cos is sine. So, may mo siya cosecant. Ano ba? Does it make sense? Or, kamo, unsa inyong way, no? So, there are a lot of ways on how to remember the reciprocals of the three basic functions. Based on the fact that these three trig functions are reciprocals of the three basic ones, they're called the reciprocal identities. No? So, kanisha. Please remember the reciprocal identities. So, again, si 1 over sine is cosecant, 1 over cos is secant, and 1 over tan is cotangent. So let's have this find the values of the six trigonometric functions of the angle alpha in standard position whose terminal side passes through point 4 and negative 5. So si point 4 and negative 5, that is in quadrant number 4. Tama? So that's positive 4 and this is negative 5. So therefore ito po yung point. And then once again, the distance from the origin to the position or point 4, 5 is what we call the r. So therefore, we can get r as 4 squared plus negative 5 squared, that's 16 plus 25, or the square root of 41. Okay, we have seen this earlier in the PowerPoint in the earlier slides that sine A is equal to y over r. Tama? Therefore, our sine A is just equal to negative 5 over square root of 41 since our y is negative 5 and our r is the square root of 41. Now for cosine A, that's x over r. That's positive 4 over square root of 41. So our x value is 4 and our r is the square root of 41 and so on and so forth. Okay? So these values are the 6 trigonometric functions of the angle alpha in standard position. Okay? Sige. So often, the preferred way to leave the answer is with a rationalized denominator. So remember po, this cannot be your final answer. You have to multiply this one with the square root of 41 over square root of 41. So that should be the 5 square root of 41 over 41. This should be your final answer. Okay? Sorry, no? So ayan siya. Okay. So an angle whose terminal side is on an axis is called a quadrantal angle. So angle daw na ang nasa terminal side is ang nasa axis is ang quadrantal angle. So a 90-degree angle is a quadrantal angle. To find trig functions of 90 degrees, we choose a point on the terminal side. Okay. So ayun siya, no? This is pretty much all of it. So this is 90 degrees, di ba? We have talked about that one. So therefore, your sine alpha would just be equal to y over r or 1 over 1. That's 1, di ba? Then x over r, 0 over 1, that's 0. This should be undefined, no? Because any number divided with 0 is undefined. Okay. Now, for your activity is to fill in the following table of quadrantal angles. We are going to start with, saan na to akong pen? Wala naman siya. So, dire ka mag-start sa 0 degrees, then sa 90 degrees na nasolve na kaganina, then for 180, 270, and then 360. No? So, balik na po ka dire. Okay, same lang na siya. Okay? Sige. Yan na ta. So in quadrant 1, both the x and y values are positive. So all trigonometric functions will be positive. Okay? So this is plus plus. Now this is has already been discussed previously. So let's take a look at the signs of sine, cosine, and tangent in the other quadrants. Reciprocal functions will have the same sign as the original since flipping a fraction over doesn't change its sign. So in quadrant 2, x is negative. Yes. So remember lang po yung napag-usapan natin in previous presentation. That's positive, positive. And dito is the x is negative, tama. Then this is negative, negative. And this is positive, negative. Actually, this presentation was from Google. So thank you. No, I would like to give credits to. Because I don't have much time to create my own na lang. But, yeah, same naman gyapon siya. No? So, in quadrant 3, x is negative and y is negative. So, kani siya na PowerPoint, it gave, what do you call that one? Na siya gitawag na mnemonic, yeah. So, all students take calculus. So, ang yahang mnemonic is, kani siya is all positive, kana. So, kani diri kay sign lang positive, so that's S. Then diri ang tan lang positive, that's take. And diri, ang cos lang positive, that's C, which is calculus. So that's rotating counterclockwise. So from this point to this point. Pero, pwede ra dili, no? Kamo good bahala. Basta kay, tanan values diri, di ba? This is positive x, this is negative x, this is positive y, and this is negative y. Okay, so that's much from trigonometric functions. The next one would be the inverse trigonometric function and then solving right triangles. Okay, so I hope you have learned something. No? Thank you so much for listening. Hope you will have a wonderful day. Goodbye.